What's up, guys? This is rinoranchero with another Hunger Games gameplay commentary for you all. In this video, I will be playing with a summoner kit, which is where you throw a chicken egg at a mob, you will get the spawn egg. Now, this game starts off pretty normally. I'm getting my wood right here. The only difference is when I dig down, look at this, hooray! I fall into a huge, deep, dark ravine filled with monsters. This would be bad if I wasn't the summoner kit, because with the summoner kit, I can throw my egg and get the mob spawn egg. So right off the bat, I get to use my kit and get a zombie egg. Now, I don't like starting the game off in a dark ravine. That's normally not the ideal situation for me, because I like to hunt in the beginning, but it actually ends up being an okay thing, because I get tons of iron in this ravine. In the first 4 minutes, I already have a lot of iron, and so I'm able to get coal, everything I need in here, and luckily I grabbed my wood before I went down here. The other thing is that in the Hunger Games that I was playing in, they've updated it recently, but with Hunger Games, when I played this game, there weren't any hostile mobs on the surface. So it's much easier to get mobs when you're in a ravine. Like right here, I get a skeleton, which I grab, so I have one more egg to use, and I actually find a skeleton spawner, which is very scary when you don't have any armor. I grab the ingots out of the chest right there, and then I notice that a skeleton spawns, and I'm pretty dumb to do this, but I decide to go in the middle of the skeleton spawner to grab one more egg, and then like 3 of them spawn, and they're all shooting me, and I have to run away like a scroll-wheeling noob to get away and continue to live. So we're 8 minutes into this game, and I haven't really done anything except mine complete full iron, so it's a very good start for the game. I have an iron pickaxe as well, so I can grab some cobble and tower out. So we're now 11 minutes in, we're already in the top 24, and I haven't really killed anyone yet. So I decided to grab some more mushrooms, because I want to be set there. I actually even need to get more wood, which is sort of weird to be gathering wood at this point in the game, but I needed more bowls, and so now I feel much more better about this. So I say into the chat that I'm not going to be teaming, which I would never team in a Hunger Games kit challenge, but there are some people who are my friends who are in this game. They didn't make it till the end, or at least this one person. I'm not going to say their name, maybe you guys can figure out who the friend is, but he or she probably was thinking that I might team with them, so I wanted to make sure I made that clear. So here we are at the feast, and there's multiple people towering over the feast, and this guy Gabe, who is a monk. He immediately monks me, and it takes me like 3 hours to get my sword back into my 1 slot, because I just don't know how to counter monks, and you guys can tell me to do the E1E thing, but I'll never know how to do that. So this is a very laggy fight. It's very strange. I have to use like all my soup against this guy. Luckily, I'm quick dropping, which is a method I've been using a lot, and so I'm able to get more soup into my hotbar, and you'll see he tries to monk me again, but I end up killing Gabe right there. So the feast is going to start in just about a minute and a half. I still have all my spawn eggs that I got from the ravine from the beginning of the game, and I also have a water bucket, which I think might come in handy against some of these towers. I don't know what any of these people's kits are, but I'm just trying to be cautious. And right here, when the chests spawn, this guy just sort of falls off his tower. He is a stomper, of course. I'm holding shift during this fight against Haogi, and I kill him right there, because I have no idea if someone else is going to jump down. So that's why you want to be holding shift in all your fights. It really hurts your mobility when you're holding shift, but you definitely don't want to die. So I make a wooden axe to try to get some chests from the feast. There's a strategy where you can break the chests. But when I do so, I get a huge surprise. Dizzy Trout's teammate, Yule, is an Ender Mage, or someone is an Ender Mage. I didn't really know who it was at this point, so I'm just sprinting, and I get to a safe part of their tower, and right there, Zeus tries to bait me to the dangerous part of the tower. I decide not to go there, and then Yule decides just to run in and fight me, but I am on a safe part of the tower, so I definitely have an advantage over this guy who has no armor and a wooden sword, and I kill him there, and he was actually a lumberjack. So it turns out that Zeus is the Ender Mage. So the 2 people who are left in the tower out of the team of 3, it is a Stomper Ender Mage team, which means the Stomper can jump down, grab the feast loot, and then get Ender Maged back up. So it's a pretty newbie strategy, because you don't have to actually have any combat with anyone. You can just keep jumping down, grabbing stuff from the feast, and getting sucked back up. And you'll see as I speed the game up here that they did that constantly. It was just a constant thing. But while they were doing that, this other guy runs in, and I am holding shift while I'm fighting this guy, Kakuso. He has an enchanted sword and partial diamond armor. And while we're fighting, Dizzy just jumps down and kills him. But instead of fighting me, he just runs back and gets sucked up by his teammate. I'm able to go through and get diamond leggings, which is the first piece of feast loot that pizza feast loot that I'm able to get. So now that I have that, I'm feeling a little bit better. It's really hard because if I get too close to the feast, I will get sucked up, and I don't want to get sucked up again, because if I get knocked off for any reason, I will die. And you'll see that he just continues to jump down. But I don't want to leave the feast alone until I'm comfortable with what I have, and I'm able to grab a diamond sword. I have an enchanted iron sword, which is sharpness, and so I'm feeling pretty good here. I try to tower up and snipe these guys, because I know once I kill the Ender Mage, it'll be much easier to kill the Stomper. I am more worried about getting Ender Maged and glitched in some way and dying from fall damage than I am from getting stomped, because with Stompers, you can really just hold shift. You know, it's not a big deal, but with Ender Mages, there's all these different ways you can cheat the system, and if Zeus wanted to, he could just sacrifice himself and have us both die for his teammate to win. So those are all things I'm thinking about and worrying about. But as you can see, there is this team of two, and one of them is a Pyro who keeps launching his fire charges. I decide to use my two skeletons to help me in this fight, which is kind of funny. They kind of shoot me a couple times too, but they also help me in shooting these guys. They both have enchanted swords and partial diamond. I take out Sharky Boy, who was the Pyro, and then Zara is dead next. So that was nice right there. The skeletons helped me. I had to kill him afterwards. But all is well because I'm able to repair my armor, and now I have diamond leggings and diamond boots. So I'm feeling well. Half diamond is enough for me, and now there's only 2 people left in the game, and it is the Stomper Endermage team that is just being very annoying up in their newbie tower. But I'm going to be very careful as I tower up. I have tons of wood because Lumberjack is a free kit at this time, so I was able to get like 5 stacks of planks from the guy that I killed. Zara, I believe, was their name. So now I can just tower up very carefully here. You can see I'm already above their level. So once you get above their level, you feel a lot more safer. I want to watch out for the Ender Mage. You could pillar over. But I have the game sped up here because this is a very long game. It goes up to like the 45-minute mark, which is pretty crazy. And right here, look very carefully at what happens. The Ender Mage decides to go to a really dangerous part of the tower, and I snipe him beautifully. He falls down and dies. That is a huge part of the game right there, because the guy who can suck me down with the portal is now dead. So that was very good for me. Now I can decide when I want to jump down, and he can't do anything to stop me. I know what his kit is. And as a Stomper, you don't really have any leverage when you are below someone. So this is very great for me. I still have my zombie spawn egg, and I just actually decided to spawn it on top of Dizzy right here, and he just hits it, and you'll see how far he knocks it back. That's how I find out he has a knockback iron sword. So I know if he hits me one time when I'm on the tower, I'm just gonna completely die. So what I decide to do is use a water bucket right here. I put down the water, that way if he knocks me back too far, I might be able to get back into the water and live. And so right here, I get my soups, my hotbar, and I decide to YOLO it. I jump down and start swinging. He hits me one time, and I almost die, but I'm able to get back into the water. And as I fall, Dizzy decides to come down with me. And so I feel a lot more better at this point because we're both on the same level, at ground level, and we're actually in a big hole that was exploded when the feast got exploded. So Dizzy's knockback sword is not going to have the effect that it normally would, and I'm getting a lot of nice combos on this guy. I've only used one soup so far. His sword is really making it difficult to fight him, but right there I get a really nice combo. And right there, kill Dizzy Trap, and I win the game with the Summoner Kit. Here is the stats page as well, 7 kills with Summoner. And that is the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit that like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate that. And I hope you guys have a great day. Goodbye.